LoveLine is meant for an adult audience. LoveLine may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised.
Adam Carolla, Dr. Drew.
I'm not modeling anymore for the two of you.
LoveLine.
Yes, it is. Phone number for LoveLine, 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number 310-854-4455. Dr. Drew is here this evening, as per usual. He's a board-certified physician and addiction medicine specialist, and tonight we're glad to have Art Alexakis from Everclear. Art we haven't seen in, seems like too long, but we always enjoy him. He's one of our favorite guests, and it's good to see him tonight.
How you guys doing?
There you go.
Hey,
Is this you?
That's me, man.
Wow.
I just shot a bunch of drugs. I mean,
we're looking at
seconds before
look at the inside of the.
Look at my eyes. I look so lost.
Unacceptable. Yeah.
Yes. Art, how many years sobriety do you have?
Off of drugs, off of everything but alcohol, over 15.
Wow, that's pretty good.
Alcohol about 13.
Oh, wow. It's got to be some kind of record, at least an indoor record.
And what's with the sound effects? You guys trying to be like,
We're doing a more
crappy morning show.
FM-type morning show. Well, I don't know.
I was going to say, it reminded me of the early 80s, and what's his name? The Two Hip Club. Were you living in L.A. then?
Yes, I was.
What was his name?
Yeah, who was in the Two Hip? Fraser Smith.
Fraser Smith.
Thank you very much.
That's it, man. I used to crack up.
Little shout out to KLOS out
Yeah.
here in Southern
Actually, he was on
California.
K-Rock.
Originally.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
He was on K-Rock originally.
I always listened to KMET, so I wouldn't know.
I did too, man. I was a rocker boy.
Whatever station played the most Boston, that's the one I listened to. It was an easy decision for me. Art, are you still living up north in the Craftsman-style house?
Wow.
Is all that going good?
Well, actually, not really. I'm still living in the house, but my wife and I got a divorce.
And are you all right? Is it going okay?
Yeah, well as could be expected, but pretty well. We were talking about it earlier, Drew and I. It's hard, but my daughter's transitioning well through it, and I have an apartment here in Santa Monica.
Oh, you're here in town?
Yeah, but I live in Portland too. But I'm here mixing our record.
Oh, good.
I'm seeing a wonderful girl, and she's seeing a wonderful guy. I guess I haven't met him, but I'm sure he's wonderful. Right?
Well, maybe you get lucky and it's just her therapist.
No, it's some English guy she met on the internet.
Everclear will have themselves out a couple of new CDs in the year 2000. One and two. One's coming out in like March, and then one's coming out later. Or
yeah.
How's that work?
Yeah, we're doing two records. Actually, the first record, which is what I'm working on now, was a record that was. You remember me talking about a solo record once upon a time?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
That's what it was. It was going to be a big pop record, and I put it on hold because Everclear got offered all these big tours, and my buddies in the band were like, hey, let's make some money. And, I thought that was a good thing. So I put the album on hold, and we kept getting tours last year, or earlier this year, rather. And when I got back to the record to reevaluate it, it seemed to need a little zing, a little zang. So I brought in the boys on a couple of songs, and it made more sense. So then we made an Everclear record.
So the first one, so they'll both be Everclear records.
Yeah, but the next one's going to be a rock record, big-time rock record.
And Art, actually, I'm reading here, has a part in a film that also has Heather Graham in it, which is a good thing. Mm-hmm. And are you doing some acting now?
Yeah, I acted a lot as a kid. I acted more than I liked. I went to film school. I
didn't know that.
Yeah. I always wanted to be a director. I had to make a decision between music and film sometime about 6 or 7 years ago.
Right. This was the same with me in comedy. I had to make a choice between comedy and nothing. So, I chose comedy, but now I'm starting to lean toward nothing.
I think nothing, but think about it. Nothing is a pretty cool job.
Not a bad gig, yeah.
Oh, that's your dream job, isn't it?
The nothing gig? The coveted nothing gig?
Yeah.
You go on tour to nowhere?
Oof.
That's great. Yeah, no, I would like that. I just have to save up a few more bucks. All right, so, Art, we're glad you're here. Always And I don't know how long it's been since you've been here, but it feels like it's been a little too long.
Feels like a long, because I actually had the record for a while of the most people.
Yeah.
Most times on your show.
Carrot Top is now beating you.
I think Carrot Top is beating me.
All right. Dustin, that is Carrot Top. You're 15.
Yeah.
What's up?
My problem is that I can pop my penis, like someone can pop their fingers.
Yeah, you can make it crack?
Yeah.
Right.
And it usually happens like when I'm masturbating.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Ow.
I want to know, is that normal?
Yes.
It is?
Well,
it can be done. I have done it on several occasions.
I don't know the word normal necessarily applies to this, but it doesn't mean there's anything wrong.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it's a unique and special talent.
Hey, Dustin, does it feel good?
Huh?
Does it feel good?
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah, it feels good, but not great. It's that feeling like when you crack your knuckles.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe when you break light wind. Not a big fart, but just a little feeling of there was something that needed to happen, and it just happened.
And then everything feels right in the world.
Yeah, for about 10 seconds. All right, Dustin, you're fine.
Okay.
All right, don't do it in front of the ladies. It scares them.
Okay.
All right.
We're going to get some sympathy.
Yeah.
Make them think they broke it.
It's broke.
Yeah, the story I want to hear is the guy who can crack his penis, but like a whip, where you take the cigarette out of the chick's mouth, that kind of thing.
I want to see the one who can do it without touching it with his hands.
I could do it if you let me use my foot. Neil?
Hey.
You're 16.
What's up?
What's up?
Yeah, I have a question for Everclear.
Well, here's one of them now.
Well, there's one of us here. What's up?
Hey, what's up? I'm like a big fan. I love your music. It's so great.
Cool. Thanks.
And I'm so nervous.
Don't be nervous, man. It's the radio. It's not real.
Okay. Well, your music's got me so into just alternative music. And it's so great. And I have 2 of your records that I'm gonna buy your 2 other ones, and then the other one, what is it? The Sound of Noise.
Right.
World of Noise.
World of Noise.
Yeah, there's actually only 3.
Oh.
Yeah. So you're only missing one.
Yeah, you only miss one.
You buy that first one, you listen to it twice.
But isn't there 2 coming out next?
2 are coming out, yeah. We're going to put out 2. We're going to put out kind of a different kind of sounding record for us that's going to come out in March or April. Then a real, balls out rock record's going to come out probably in August.
That's going to be great.
Yeah, I'm really excited about both of them.
All right, Neil.
Hey, Adam?
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of you too.
All right, well, I'm coming out with a CD too.
Cool. You're like my god, dude.
Thank you.
Man show, let me just give massive props to it.
Okay, well, thanks for giving props to the Man Show.
It's the best show on TV.
Thank you.
Seriously.
That's what we set out to do.
See ya.
I said to my partner, Jimmy, let's do the best goddamn show on TV before we got to doing it.
Speaking of Jimmy.
Oh, Jimmy will be in here tomorrow night. And the next night.
He'll be sitting in for Adam.
Right. I'm going to Vegas tomorrow to co-host the Billboard Awards.
Been there, done that.
That's right. Art and Everclear won last year. I was watching the tape, and there he was. It was kind of weird because I was like, oh, yeah, Art, yeah, woo, Everclear. And I was like, oh, wait, it's a year old. But I'm still excited because I didn't see it last year.
A lot of people did, man. I got calls from people I haven't heard of. God, I didn't know you were in that band. I hated that band. I really like it now. Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's...
But, I hate seeing that tape.
Why?
Because it's the evil omen of things to come, but it's worked out good. Because if you look at that tape, it's like my bass player, my drummer's wives are there, and it flashes to them, and they're hugging each other and mugging for the camera. Right. And I'm like the lonely guy walking up there all by myself.
I did notice that, yes.
Yeah.
They did stand up with their wives or girlfriends and hug them.
Everybody noticed that.
No, that was in Vegas last year, right?
Yeah.
And where was it at? Do you remember the venue? Was it at the MGM?
I don't know, but Garth Brooks flew
in on cables.
Audience, yeah.
And that's some serious cable.
So that was a big place.
You're going to MGM?
Yeah. That's where I'm going.
Is it tomorrow or Wednesday?
I'm going tomorrow. The event is Wednesday. We have to do a rehearsal tomorrow.
It was MGM.
And my partner from the Man Show, Jimmy Kim, will be in here tomorrow night and the next night, and Korn will be in here on Thursday night. Or I'm sorry, Wednesday night. Is that true?
Yeah.
Is Korn Thursday or Wednesday night?
Wednesday.
Wednesday night. All right. Marissa.
Huh?
You're 13.
Yeah.
What's up?
I just wanted to say that I think you're really, like, great art, and you're really, like, inspiring, and you've influenced my life a lot. And I have a question for you.
Okay, thanks, Marissa. What's up?
I read on the internet that you're supposed to, like, testify before Congress in, like, January or March or something. And I was wondering if that was, like, finalized or anything.
What was what was that?
You're going
Like,
to testify in front of Congress.
Well, you know what? I get it. It's really weird because no one's ever talked to me about it. I've heard rumors about it, and they asked my management about it, but what it's about. Actually, this is a good thing to talk about. Is HR 1488? It's the deadbeat dad bill.
Yeah.
That's going before.
Well, let's us three of us go.
Huh?
You want to go?
Well, they don't want us. They want Art.
but they haven't approached Art either, so we'll go approach
So
them.
we'll all go.
All right, we'd like to speak out on behalf of all deadbeat dads or
Actually,
against them.
You can be the example.
For deadbeat.
You
dads.
guys be pro, I'll be con?
Right.
Okay.
It'll be crossfire.
Actually, to answer your question, Marissa, I will go if they ever call me about it. You know, I did a thing called Spitfire Tour, which is a spoken word tour, and that's what I talked about.
Deadbeat dads.
Well, it was about this bill, basically, that it would be a federal law. It's kind of scary at first when you think about it, but right now there's no setup from a federal level to enforce child support. So
People leave states, and that's that.
yeah, and
Right.
it depends on what your state law is and whatever the system in that state is, which, you know, in some California's
So
pretty
the question
good.
is, should something as important as this cut across states' rights?
Well,
Sure.
What it's going to
Yeah.
do is basically, and they're going to use the IRS to do it, so it'll come right out of your taxes.
Well, listen, either you're a criminal or you're not. Doesn't really
Flat
matter
out.
whether you're in Nevada or California to me. I mean, you have a child, you should be paying for the child, and if you're not paying for the child, you're a criminal.
They take your money away.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, you're not as bad as an arsonist or a rapist, but you're still a criminal.
How else do we create forces that discourage people from having like kids?
Listen, we talk to chicks all the time. They're 17 years old. They have a 3-month-old infant, and it's like, where's the dad? He's not too far away. And is he interested? He sees the kid a little bit. He's a really good guy, though. It's like, come on.
I can beat that, man. I talk to kids all the time at my shows. You know, we'll be signing autographs, and there'll be a girl there, obviously very young, 17 to 19 or something like that. That's half my age, you know? And I'm like, where's the daddy? And she's like, well, I just saw him actually here for the first time in like a month or two.
Right.
And he said he didn't want to. And she's got her boy with her at the concert, you know?
And
the man doesn't want to see his own son.
And they don't expect anything of the man. It's sort of like, he's a nice guy. He's just not really into me or the kid. So what am I going to do?
The only way we're going to discourage these guys from impregnating these women is if they're tagged. It's like caribou.
Right.
We're going to tag them.
Is Marissa still there?
She's on hold. Do you want to talk to her?
Well, no, I want to ask her a question.
All right.
Hey, Marissa, are you there?
Huh?
Are you there?
Yeah.
This is Art. I just want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Did the reason you bring this up, is this something that touches you? Like, is your dad around?
Well, he is, but I live right outside of Washington, so if you were going, I was just going to go and see you testify.
Oh, okay.
She doesn't care about the subject. She just wants to see Art.
Okay.
All right.
Well, it'll be on the internet, I'm sure. We got a new website coming up, so
Yeah, the old one sucks.
yeah, it sucks bad. I'm sorry about that. I apologize.
When's the new one going to be up?
It's going to be up in about a month. It's
All right.
going to be really good.
Do you want to give that address out?
Actually, we don't know it yet. We're
All right.
trying to get the obvious one.
Right.
But some guy who owns like a nail polishing business owns it because he's
really?
a fan of the band and he won't give it up. Everclear.com. So
That's another thing I'd like to
write
have,
that guy
have
in yellow.
Art testify in front of Congress for. People buying, like somebody owns my name for the internet stuff. You know, people buy. People.
Oh, yeah.
They're all bought. It's all over.
They're all bought.
Yeah.
Right.
Because
And
you
then,
can buy. You don't have to have anything connected with like
Right.
you know, smashingpumpkins.com.
and we
You can
gotta
just
we
go
gotta buy it back. And what I'm doing, what I'm hell bent on doing with the guy who owns my name, because I have no interest in the internet, and I'm never going to get anything up on the internet,
Attaboy.
is I'm going to call the guy and go, or have like one of my people call him and say, listen, Mr. Corolla has some projects coming up. He's doing quite nicely now financially. He needs this name. It's very important to us. So please name your price and let's move on. He'll pay it and let's move on. And then whatever price he names, I'll just put a note in an envelope that says, kiss my hairy ass, you jackass. Maybe I'll just, like, crap at it and send it to him and laugh like a hyena. Take my goddamn name to your grave, you scumbag.
Make him fly out somewhere to meet with you about it. And
yeah, I love that people think that this is the spirit of entrepreneurial business or something, that you buy other people's names and then sell it back to them. That's extortion. It's not entrepreneurism.
It's not just extortion. It's just so inherently wrong. And it's like there's cities in the Midwest that people can sell illegally bootlegged merchandise, hats, T-shirts with my likeness on it, the name of the band, and we don't get a dime of it.
Right.
And it's like, but because of certain very ancient local laws, they can get away with it. It's Chicago. They can sell
human sacrifice.
People making money off of
it.
you. Listen, it's no different than after a typhoon blows through some city off the coast than the guy charging $400 for a sheet of plywood. It's the same BS.
Right.
If that's illegal, then buying your name and selling it back to you when you don't know the person should be illegal.
So the limits of...
Hell, I could make arguments that gouging was more legal than doing this.
It's the same kind of gouging.
Yeah, but at least that kind of gouging is, hey, it's just supply and demand.
Yeah, well,
you want a piece of plywood, and I happen to own it. But it wasn't my plywood that you took from my yard, and now you're selling it back to me.
That's wrong.
That's what they do. They take your plywood and sell it back to you. No, I mean, when they take your name, that's what it's the equivalent of.
It is, exactly.
Disgusting.
I agree.
I'd like to just give the guy just a good old-fashioned ass-kicking.
I'm with you.
Okay. Trailer?
Hey, hi.
You're 32. I hope he takes that thing to his goddamn grave, though, because I don't care. I wouldn't give him a nickel for it.
Drew, I think we touched a nerve here.
Yeah.
All right. I still got to do that scam, though, right? Right. Have my people call him and offer him anything.
We'll have him meet with you somewhere, right?
Right. Yeah. The park. Trailer?
But in St. Louis.
Taylor.
Oh, I'm sorry. My seat moves too much. It got blurry.
Hi, Taylor.
Hello.
Go ahead. You're 32.
Yes, I am. I have a question about my relationship with my boyfriend, who actually is 43. I don't have much experience with men. He has lots of experience with women.
Why don't you have much experience?
Say that again.
Why is that you don't have much experience at 32?
Why? I don't know. I think I've always just been into work or into school. And it's really not, I haven't really had much of a libido, actually, until the last 2 years of my life.
Is there a reason for that?
I don't know. It could be that I'm feeling more confident in other areas of my life.
Were you married before?
No, never.
No.
Why were you feeling so insecure in other areas of your life before?
No, I don't think I was feeling insecure.
Well, you just said the reason you feel good now is you feel confident in other areas,
More
meaning
confident.
before you weren't.
Oh, okay. I think I'm just becoming more of a woman, and I'm in love with this man.
Okay.
Who,
Hold on. More of a woman means dropped 80 pounds.
Okay.
No.
Come on, Taylor. Seriously. How much weight did you drop?
It's not. No, I'm very svelte. People tell me I'm attractive.
All right.
I can't understand either why I'm not married.
How many boyfriends have you had in your life?
Probably just 3.
Wow, 32.
Wow.
All right. So you met this guy. You like him.
Svelte, huh?
We've been dating for 5 months, but he has been telling me that he isn't a one-woman man.
Oh, here we go.
Ditch him.
This is where I was going with you, Taylor, is why to assess whether or not we can trust your judgment in this guy. And I suspect there's some reason that you felt so crappy about yourself that you couldn't sustain a relationship.
Oh, boy.
And now you're feeling better, but you're feeling well enough to step out and pick an abusive, unavailable guy.
Well, I am wondering about this. The last guy I did date, he was divorced and had a child and ended up not wanting to hook up with me. He dumped me because he wanted to spend more time with it.
All right. So why are you picking these bad guys?
Well, I mean,
Where's your dad? What did he do to you?
No, my dad?
Is he good to you?
Oh, yeah, he was very good.
Did someone not make you feel good about yourself?
Yes.
Who was that?
No, I mean,
Growing up.
my dad was a little unavailable at a certain point in my life because he was having some issues with work.
some issues with work. So,
Did he have to fly somewhere? He fly out of the country or something, or?
No, I think work was very difficult for him at one point, and according to my mom, he did suffer a depression.
All right. So, listen, your dad was unavailable, so you're hooking up with unavailable guys. Very easy.
Well, here's the question,
Yes.
and I don't mean this as an insult since you're all guys, but I'm serious about this. Is it the case, though, that just some guys are just not as good as women when it comes to intimacy?
Yes,
all guys.
All of them.
All guys.
Except for us.
All guys, but they all have the good guys have a capacity for it and will be happier and present with you when you lead them
That's
into
right.
it.
All of them are horrible at it, but some guys have the capacity to be trained, whereas
Right.
others can't be broken.
Right. It's like dogs.
Just like dogs.
Yeah.
Some dogs.
Our
some
dog
of them,
still craps in the carpet.
Some of them you need to take behind the woodshed and actually put down, and others can be taught.
And some still crap in the carpet fairly frequently.
That's right.
How do I know if this guy's teachable?
He's telling
If you like him, he's not teachable.
Oh, what?
That's all you need to know.
If I like him, no go.
Yes. If you're attracted to him, there's
well,
going to be
and
trouble.
you're really into him.
Yeah.
You're really, really, really into
You
him.
can't teach this guy anything. He's told you that he wants to be with other women. Regular, and
And
believe
you
me,
guys
that's-
have got the banner down, man. You guys are like, in the year I haven't been here, you guys have just, man.
yeah, well,
Good.
it's true.
I was just going to say, I was trying to get a word in. Taylor, can I ask you a question? This is Art. This guy's already told you that he's not a one-woman person?
Well, okay, I have to say, that was 5 months ago, but in the last few weeks, he's been spending all his free time with me.
Yeah.
On his own, wanting to? Are you guys getting along good? And
Yeah, we're getting along really well, and he wants to know what my plans are for New Year's.
Well, there's no reason you can't date a guy like that. That's no problem. If you're just interested in companionship and an interesting guy to date, hey, that seems like a viable, reasonable choice. But if you said you're totally in love with this guy.
All right, well, how about belling up to the bar and saying, listen, it's been 5 months. I like you. You like me. We're having sex together, and I don't feel comfortable with you seeing other people. Now, if you want to see other people, fine.
Yeah.
But you tell me,
Yeah.
and I'm going to end it.
Yeah.
So if that's the case,
is that how
say
you
it now.
is that how you feel, Taylor?
She's scared to ask, but
Yeah, we are not having sex yet.
oh boy,
We are
32, 5 months. You're pretty tough nut to crack.
we're physical, but we're not having intercourse.
Start putting out. He'll stop dating the other chicks.
And the guy's hanging out.
We're hanging out a lot.
All right, Taylor.
I think this may be workable. It's
All right. What about just confront him though? Taylor, just say to him, listen,
Here's what I want.
I don't... Listen, I've had this conversation with women before as a guy.
Yeah.
I've
You
said- I've
ever
said-
date a woman that wouldn't put out after 5 months? Ever?
No.
Tell the truth.
If I did, I'd have her corpse. That's what I would have. I'd kill her and have sex with her corpse. I don't mind saying that on the radio. Drew knows I'll back it up.
You're famous. You can get away with that, right?
Sure.
He did it before he was famous. What are you talking about?
No, I've had conversations with women that have gone like, listen, I like you and I think you like me, and I don't know where we're at right now. I mean, we haven't committed, we haven't talked about it, but I'm telling you that I'm not dating anybody, and you may want to date other people, and if you do, tell me right now, because I don't want to date somebody who's dating other people.
Exactly.
And most of the time they'll say, no, I'm not. But sometimes they may go, yes, I am. And then you go, have fun.
Yeah,
And that's how it goes.
The girl I'm dating, it's the same situation. We had been seeing each other for 2 or 3 months, and finally I just turned to her one night and said, I don't want to see anybody else. Do you want to see anybody else? She's like, I haven't seen anybody else since we first met. And I'm like, okay, neither have I, because I hadn't.
Right.
And it was just like,
Just confirmation.
yeah, this is what I've been feeling. And, we didn't want to walk over that line of commitment too early, because people are so afraid of that. But once we did, it was...
You don't have to pin them. You can say, listen, if you want to do it, fine. That's just not my style, and I'm not going to participate. It doesn't have to be a threat, even though it is a threat. We're going to take a little break. Artist here from Everclear, and when we come back, we'll speak to Olga. Olga's 15. Friend is trying to force a miscarriage by playing volleyball. What?
Who knows? We'll see.
All right, we'll
Wow.
get to that after this.
We about to get funky, y'all.
This is LoveLine. 1-800-LOVE. We'll be right back.
This is LoveLine on Outrageous Talk Radio, 100.7 The Buzz.
It's Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Art Alexakis is here from Everclear. Phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191. Art and his band Everclear have a couple albums coming out in 2000. They'll be released within, a couple months of each other?
About 5 months, 6 months.
And one's going to be poppier and the other one's going to be harder?
Yeah, pretty much.
And the first one that's poppier was going to be a solo project.
Yeah, but we scrapped about 3 songs out of 13 songs, wrote 3 new songs. Actually, my drummer, Greg, has a really beautiful ukulele song on the record that's called the Honeymoon Song. He had written this little ditty for his wife when they went on their honeymoon to Kauai, and he played it for me, and he only had one little verse, and of course I'm like, that is so just simple and beautiful. We got to make that into a song. And he kept writing choruses and verses, and we got it together and arranged it, and it came out really cool. It's a very different record for Everclear. There's a couple of rockers on it, but pretty much it's, there's a lot of strings, a lot of vocals, a lot of background vocals.
And this is the first record we're talking about. And then the second one,
it's going to be just guitar, noise, rock, but good songs.
What is, and I don't know if this is a conscious process or not, but what about making half one record mellow and hard and then half the other one mellow and hard? Is there a strategy?
I just had so many songs, it was just the solo record was going to be something different. I wanted to do something that's got a lot more old R&B influences and stuff, and I mean, that's stuff I grew up with. I'm 37, so I grew up with the AM radio. There's a song called the AM radio on that record. And so when it was a pop record, it was really trying to be different from Everclear. And but when I started finalizing the songs, it seemed like it needed them to play on it.
Well,
that's what I should do right now.
All right.
Yeah.
So that'll be out 2000, everybody. Yeah. Olga?
Yeah.
You're 15?
Yeah. Hey guys, first I'd like to say to Art that I met you in D.C. and I think you're so great, but it's kind of sad because you're coming in D.C. for New Year's and I can't go because it's a 21 and over show.
I know, I'm really sorry. We never do 21 and over shows, but we got offered ridiculous money for this New Year's thing, and so it's just like I've been saying, I just went through a divorce, so I kind of got to work, I got to make some money.
Everyone's doing something. All celebs are working on New Year's Eve because they're getting offered stupid money. Except for
stupid
no
money.
one's approached me or Drew to do anything. Have they, Drew?
Speaking of stupid.
Yeah.
You guys could MC our show.
For stupid money?
Yeah.
All right. We'll be there, Olga. We'll just be another person you'll miss.
We're gonna testify before Congress in the morning.
Then we'll go
do the show in the evening.
So tell us about this volleyball thing.
Okay, I met my friend in September for volleyball tryouts for high school volleyball. She told me she was pregnant. During later in our relationship, in mid-November, she told me that she had gotten a miscarriage in July. So the very first time she told me she was pregnant, it was a lie. And now she thinks she's pregnant again. And I try to tell her to go on birth control because she has sex with her boyfriend like 4 times a week. And she refuses to go on birth control because she says, I told her to go on the pill and she says there's too many side effects.
You got to tell her that the health risks of pregnancy are literally dozens and dozens of times more risky. Pregnancy is much more risky, maybe hundreds of times more risky than taking the pill.
What about a condom?
She said that the sex isn't as enjoyable with a condom.
The sex isn't what?
Is enjoyable.
Well,
you may not be able to help her, Olga.
She's 15 as well, or 16?
Yeah, she's 15.
She wants to get pregnant.
She wants to get pregnant.
Yeah.
I asked her that, and she says no. And I go, well, since you're pregnant again, what are you going to do? I mean, weren't you happy the first time that you found out you had a miscarriage? And, all she said was, life's a bitch. And, I mean, that's, totally wrong.
See, when I'm in charge, she's going to be on the Norplant list. I will have a, I'll have numbers where you can call in and leave anonymous tips, and I'll just go Norplanter. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what that is?
Well, actually, it's going to be called planting. You're just going to plant her.
Yeah.
When he's in power.
Yeah, but people will be a little confused if you say you're going to go plant somebody. You know?
Yeah.
Not then. Not in those days.
Olga? Olga?
Yeah.
Can you please convince her just to go by the school nurse or to Planned Parenthood and just have a discussion with somebody if you could?
Okay.
Okay.
Tell her she's stupid and that you think she wants to get pregnant.
That's what I told her, and she, totally denies everything. And I'm just...
Well, her behavior suggests something different.
Yeah.
And if she really doesn't want to, then she needs to take some measure to prevent it because she will be pregnant.
Well, for you to have figured it out means you're pretty sharp, but also it seems pretty obvious that this girl isn't very, very happy.
You know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to have a program, and I'm in charge. I'm going to call it the Guardian Angel program, which is chicks who are either virgins or husky or for one lesbian or one reason or another. They're not getting any action themselves, but they have some horny friends. I'm going to give them $35 a month as long as their friends don't get pregnant.
You're going to deputize them.
I'm going to deputize them. Now, I will not be able to get through to their friends. They're too busy getting laid and smoking weed and not
Having
listening.
a good time.
Having a good time, not listening to the man. But if I put one of their friends on them, like a pilot fish on a shark,
well,
just hovering around, getting between them and the boyfriend, dragging them to Planned Parenthood.
There were programs like this in history. Let me think. Hitler Youth. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
There you go. A great example. Thank you, Drew. We never know the potential of those kids had they grown up. I'm sure many of them are working at Daimler-Benz right now anyways. Here's the point. This would be a good plan. Like you say to some chick, hey, listen, I'll give you $50 a month. You keep Connie from getting knocked up. Now, the second she gets knocked up, you ain't getting paid.
Wait a minute. You said 35 before. You rethinking this? You feeling a little nervous about this idea?
I'm bumping it up.
Well, where's this money coming from?
The deadbeat dads.
This is this is the money that we would be putting in.
So the kids are getting it. It's going to Adam.
Yeah.
All right, listen to me.
Well, they're going to be a surcharge for being a deadbeat dad.
As soon as we stop having unwanted kids, we're going to have such a surplus of money from the prison system, the police. We're going to cut back on the police force. All these welfare programs, all these job programs, they'll be unnecessary because everyone it will have loving parents, go off to college and pull their own weight. You understand? The prison system, the prison population will decline so dramatically that if we could just, one guy in 1 year not going to prison will be able to deputize 400 or 500 chicks. You see what I'm saying? I'm telling you, this is going to work.
We have to legalize pot, too, to get that population.
Yeah, I was going to say,
right.
Let's not get started about the prison industrial complex because it right now is one of the top growing grocers.
I know.
On the Wall Street Exchange.
Put an end to that.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Privatized prisons.
Oh, privatized.
They're getting into this. Yeah. I'm all right with that. Joe?
Yeah.
Actually, here's what I'm going to do, too. I'm also going to deputize families that want a little extra income. Have a prisoner move in with you. You put bars on the windows. You feed them. We give them an allotment, let's say $500 a month. You take care of the felon. If he gets out, it's your fault.
You're joking, but there's European countries that do that.
It's not a bad plan. I also like the plan that some of these countries in Europe do, or at least in Asia, where you got to feed your own prisoners. Like, hey, if your husband gets tossed in, you don't feed him, he dies. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, at least
they bring you the food.
They'll eat better, huh?
Yeah. Joe?
Yeah.
What's up? You're 35.
Yeah, I am. How's it going?
Good. Hey, let me alert all the listeners who will hear the show on a one-day delay that the Man Show is currently on Comedy Central.
And it's a good show.
Thank you.
Very good show.
That'll be on tonight if you're listening a day after the show aired. Go ahead.
I actually recorded, so.
Fantabulous.
Yeah.
What's your question?
Well, first off, I want to say hi to Art.
Hey, Joe, what's up?
Tell him that song "Father of Mine" really touched me and meant a lot to me. So
cool. Well, you just told me that. That's cool.
Yeah, that's
thanks, man. You're about my age. Did you have a similar situation?
Well, not really. I lost both my parents were separated when I was young, and I lost my mom when I was 9.
Why?
Huh?
So
what happened?
She passed away.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
From what?
But it's still the same kind of feeling. I mean, that kind of abandonment.
Hold on a second. Joe doesn't sweat the details.
No, Joe doesn't want to talk about it.
No,
that's what it is.
He just can't hear right. Hold on. Joe, what happened to your mother?
What happened to her?
Yes.
She died.
Okay. All right. Now that's better.
He doesn't want to talk about it.
Joe must work customer service. No, you don't know our listeners. He does want to talk about it. He just doesn't understand us. Hey, Joe. Your mom, she died? I see. All right. I'm going to start guessing what she died of, and you just tell me whether.
Well, I don't know. I guess some of the details are still kind of fuzzy. I mean, I was a kid at the time, and a lot of my family, they kind of
oh, that's bad.
They kind of covered some of it up.
What's your sense of what it was?
Yeah.
What's your sense of what it was?
What do you think it was?
I was hospitalized for a while.
Mental problems?
You know, I really don't know. I mean, I was too young at the time, and
so you have no idea what she died of.
No, I guess I really don't.
So,
I mean,
Joe, let me ask you this. Joe, quiet down. An anvil could have dropped out of a 4-story building and crushed her, or she could have had
heroin addict,
or she could have had lymph node cancer.
All of the above. I don't know.
All right, hold on a second. Now, wait a minute now.
Why don't you leave the guy alone?
I cannot leave this alone because your mom died.
Listen.
You have to.
He knows how his mom died.
No, I don't know if he does.
He knows how his mom
died. You're sane and you don't do this show. Those are your two big problems in life right now. Man, you don't understand our callers.
You talk to more crazies than I do. You're crazy.
Well, that's true. You got a pretty big fan base.
Well, not only that, it's like Everclear encounter group after every show, you know?
Right.
I mean, it's cool. I like that to a certain extent. But it's like, the guy knows, man.
No,
come on. How could you not know how your mom died?
That's
Joe,
not a point.
Joe,
yeah.
Help us for a second here.
Okay.
Don't tell us how your mom passed away. I'm not interested in that anymore. I've moved on. I want to know whether you know and you don't want to share that with us because you're uncomfortable with it, and I respect that if that's true, or you just honestly don't know.
I honestly do not know.
Okay.
I actually went so far as to try and request the
autopsy
death record.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she died up in a hospital in L.A., and I actually did try and request it.
What hospital do you know?
Shoot, I don't remember. I went through my doctor here.
Okay.
Joe, how old were you at the time?
I was 9.
9, and wow.
You know, I got to tell you, even though maybe, you know, it's not the same thing, it is to a 9-year-old boy. There's a big sense of abandonment there.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Mom?
So maybe that's one reason you connect with that song, because I got to tell you, I mean, you know, I missed not having a dad, but it made me stronger. It made me a better dad in a lot of ways, I think.
And it has for me, too. I mean, that song, you know, I mean, I was so, when I heard that you were on there, I had to try and call in and get on because I really had to express to you just how deeply that song affected and really hit home for me. I mean, it.
Hey, Joe, I hate to cut you off, but we're a little pressed for time here, and I want to get to your question.
Okay.
So I'll just read it right off the screen. Wife has a colostomy bag.
Yeah.
Bothers her during sex.
Yeah.
How does that work? How do you?
Well, let's talk about it after the break.
All right, let's do that.
We'll sort it all out. We'll talk about the options for Joe.
All right.
We'll hear Father of Mine when we come back.
Great.
After we talk about the colostomy
All right,
bag.
Joe.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess what you do for a living.
You'll never guess.
I've narrowed it down to one of two things.
Customer service.
Customer service, private detective.
You're closer with the second, but...
Okay, well, hold on.
You're a cop.
Oh, please. You can't be a cop. You're not a cop, are you, Joe?
Close.
Oh, please. What are you?
Security guard.
Security.
Security guard. You're rent-a-cop.
No, I actually am an officer, but...
All right, hold on a second. I can't believe that. There's a guy, bank holdup could be going on while he was in the bank. He'd be filling out like a withdrawal slip and it'd go right through his legs.
Is there a possibility that maybe this is all just kind of made up?
No.
Art, I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
you don't know our callers like we do, and
Yeah.
we know our callers, and
So
they
you
don't know.
You know when the fake ones.
Yeah, yeah.
We know when the
you can
fake
tell.
ones come in. We also
they collapse. They fall apart. This has been very consistent.
the things that are unimaginable to you are reality to our
No,
callers.
no, I didn't say it's unmanageable. Hey, my brother died of an overdose when I was 12. He was 21. He was a gang member and a drug dealer, and he had been shot when he was 19 or 20.
But you knew
and he
how
had
he
a
died.
But he had a colostomy bag.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I died.
All right.
We'll
But
talk about it.
Art will shed some light on that
they're fun.
when we come back.
LoveLine will be right back.
It's LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Art Alexakis is here from Everclear. A couple of CDs coming out in 2000, so you have that to look forward to. And when we left off, we're speaking of Joe. Joe's 35. He's in security, which frightens me. And he has no idea how his mother passed away, although she ended up in a hospital. He knows that. So, could have been the anvil. That's where the smart money's going. Joe has a bigger problem than that, though. His wife has a colostomy bag, and it bothers her during sex. And, Joe?
Yeah.
Why does she have a bag?
She was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. I guess the doc would know what that is. It has to do with the bowel and with the intestines and whatnot.
It's inflammatory bowel disease, so it's awful.
Yeah.
Do you have to have a colostomy bag usually with that?
No, she must have had a bad flare where something like got abscessed or came to the surface, right?
Yeah. It was actually creating what they call a fistula.
Fistula, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fistula.
So she had to have a bag.
The bowel, when it gets really inflamed, will actually try to break out like an abscess breaking to the surface.
Like a root pushing through a sidewalk.
Yeah.
And
How long does she have to wear the bag?
Well, basically, it's now.
Really?
It is reversible, but she just the doctors just feel it's just easier if she just.
Well, listen, I don't know about a reversible bag. I just throw it out. I mean, what's 10 cents? Get a new one. Somebody talking about?
Yeah.
Joe?
Yeah.
So when you make love, you got that bag there.
Yeah.
And in certain positions, I'm guessing the bag sort of gets a momentum all its own, right?
Well, I mean, obviously she takes care of that before we get into bed, but I mean, it's more like psychologically, that.
Well, yeah. I mean, you don't want to look at it, but couldn't you take like a stuffed animal and prop it up against it or something, kind of?
The problem's not with me. I mean, it's with
I see.
I believe me, my mind is elsewhere. I'm not even thinking about it. I forget all of it.
It's not on the colostomy bag. It's on the sex.
Yeah, it's not. But, for her it is.
And where is the colostomy bag located exactly?
It's like just above like her hip, right in front.
Uh-huh. So she's freaked out about it.
How long has she had it?
It bothers her, yeah.
How long has she had it in?
She's had it for a couple of years now.
Now, what do you mean by it bothers her? What does that mean?
It's still just it still just affects her. She's still very modest about it. I mean, she can't. Obviously, like when she's taking a shower and stuff like that, she doesn't even want me to see it, or.
So she's ashamed.
I guess. To an extent.
How was the sex before the bag?
That was pretty good. I used to like to.
All right. Well, you told her, listen, I love you. I don't care about the bag. We'll keep the lights off, and let's have at it. What do you think she'd say to that?
Well, I mean, I try and do those things, but sometimes it's still that's what I'm looking for. Is there something else that I can say, something else that I can do to convince her, to help her, and truly let her know? Because I mean, I've done everything that I feel I could to eat.
Right. All right. Hold on. Let's open this up to the panel. Drew, I came up with an idea.
Yeah.
How about something I call a sympathetic colostomy bag, where you strap on like a dummy colostomy bag?
I was actually going to say that.
You do?
Sympathy, yeah.
You strap one on yourself, so like, hey, we're both in the same boat here. Let's get it on.
Actually, you have to take some of the stool out of hers.
Oh, you do?
But yeah.
So common stool?
Yeah. Or I guess you could produce your own, but it looks a little different out of the bag.
Right. I was saying to the boys...
But now you're getting into an internet kind of thing,
Yeah, you're getting the
defecation thing. Who needs that?
I was telling the guys during the commercial that if she wouldn't let you get in the back door, you could just get in the bag. I mean, it's not the same thing, but it's a violation of sorts.
Well,
Ooh,
that's
Drew.
disgusting.
What about the orifice?
That's what I thought you meant.
Could you get into that?
Fun with poop.
Could I make it into that?
Yeah.
I think I could.
Yeah.
Most guys
could.
could.
You got a pinky in, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Drew, what would you be hitting if you got in there, by the way?
Ilium. Well, it depends what they pulled up, because sometimes...
Oh, come on.
Okay, all right. Let's not go there. Drew, come on. Don't go there, man. All right, what can he say? I don't know. I think he's doing everything right. I mean, he's telling her he loves her. Yeah. This is sort of her issue, and maybe she should get a little therapy.
Yep.
I mean, she should go to the shrink and say, I don't feel like a woman, or I don't feel complete, or I don't feel whatever, and let's talk about it. Right. I mean, as if she had a radical mastectomy or something like that, right?
Same idea.
Okay.
Same idea.
All right. Leanna?
Hi.
Hey, you're 17.
I am.
What's up?
I wanted to say that I've listened to Art's music since I was in the 7th grade, and I think it's beautiful.
Thank
you're
you
a
very
wonderful
much.
writer.
Thanks.
If you can ever fit it into your career, I suggest that you write a novel, because, I don't know, it's like your words, man. I love you.
What about that, Art?
Well, thanks.
I mean, maybe not a novel, but
actually, I'm working on a cookbook.
Like really?
Yeah, but it's not just a cookbook. It's like a bunch of anecdotes and travels and stuff like
Does it
that.
mostly just involve wrapping things in grape leaves?
No.
Okay.
No, don't get racist on me. I can cook things other than Greek food.
All right.
But I can make a dolmas that'll put you on your ass, so don't go there.
All right. Seriously, you're working on a cookbook?
Yeah, I have been for a long time. I put it on hold because I'm trying to do like 2 records this year. But, yeah.
Well, good.
Hey, thanks for saying those nice things, Leanne.
No problem.
What's up?
I love you.
Thanks.
When will your movie appearance, when can we expect it?
It was going to come out last year, or this year rather, but it got accepted into some festivals overseas, including Cannes, so I think it's going to come out in the spring. I'm not really sure. It's called Committed. It's got Heather Graham. I've got a pretty good part. It started as like 5 or 6 lines, and it turned into, when they found out I could really act, it turned into about a page and a half, so it was cool.
Hey, Leanna?
Yeah?
I know you have a question, but we gotta go to break for the top of the hour, right?
All right.
So we'll get back and we'll get to your question, all right?
Okay.
All right, hang tight. Art's here from Everclear. We'll take a quick break. We'll get back with Leanna's question after this.
Let's have some more fun.
Okay. Call LoveLine. 1-800-LOVE-191.
LoveLine, we'll be right back.
Well, here's how it's sampled.
It's the Love Line. We got to take a quick 10-second timeout. We'll be back with more of the show in just 10 seconds.
This is Live Radio Station.
Stop it. Stop, Drew. Drew, you understand? We're starting the show means we're starting the show, and that's when you stop your conversation.
The whole geek thing, like...
Art Alexakis is here from Everclear. He's got a couple of CDs coming out in 2000, Everclear CDs. Also movies, a cookbook, and he's coming out with a Tybo type workout tape that'll be only on VHS coming up as well. So,
Actually, it's only on beta.
Only on beta.
Yeah.
Very wise.
Beta and high 8.
My genius father made that buy. He made that call about 1981.
Bought the beta?
Did we go with the beta? He trusted his gut, and he went with the beta. That was good.
I bet you still got it, and he bumps everything down to beta. Do you know people like that?
No, my dad would buy the stereos that had the speakers where you couldn't pull the wire out of the back of them. There was just that hole, and they were like soldered. And where it came with an 8-track, a cassette, a turntable, a tuner.
What more do you need?
Yeah, and like a squeegee, I think, was also attached to him. My dad's bought some of the worst stereo equipment ever put out. They love him. He was one of those guys, too. He would either go to Sears, and Sears has brand names now, but I'm talking 1981. Yeah. He would stroll into Sears with that charge card. I've now realized the only charge card that could be issued to my family would be either Sears or JCPenney.
Yeah, but those are hard to get, though.
Right. You have to be able to walk into the store in order to get the Sears charge card.
No, you don't know what you're talking about.
Listen, my dad got one. It's not a coveted card, believe me.
It's one. They're both one of the hardest cards.
Not
to get.
My dad,
79.
My dad would either buy his stereo equipment at Sears or Radio Shack, and like I said, in 1981, Radio Shack just carried their own brand, so we got the Tandy home entertainment stereo center, or the Sears one, which I think was just like a craftsman job or something, just some of the worst junk ever. And he's still, but you know the beauty of my dad? He doesn't know it. And so he's happier in all of us.
What's he listen to? What's he like?
He would probably listen to some classical and then maybe like a little Tony Bennett when he was feeling frisky.
Kind of sassy.
He's a jazz guy. I was talking to my dad about he was in this band called the Baja Marimba Band for about 10 minutes.
He was in the Baja Marimba Band?
Yeah, he played the trumpet. It was during this whole like sort of Herb Alpert, Tijuana brass, kind of was really hot, all that Tijuana taxi stuff. Yeah. They were hot, the Baja Marimba Band.
I've got one of their records where they're sitting there with they all got chickens in their hands.
Remember? He didn't make the cover. He made the touring. He made... He wasn't in the band. The band was reformed like 5 years later and was going to hit the road. And I think he hit the road.
Is he Hispanic? I thought you had to be Hispanic with a really bad mustache.
No, he's Italian, and they just stuck the mustache on. And once they put that conquistador outfit on him, everyone looks.
It all made sense.
Mexican, right?
Sure.
All right. Leanna.
Hi.
You're 17.
Yep.
And let's see, what was the deal with you? Yeah, we didn't get your question. What was it?
What's up?
Well, it might seem kind of stupid.
All right.
But I've had about 4 relationships in my whole life. And it seems like every time the guy will just stop talking to me all of a sudden.
After how long a period of time?
A couple months.
And he just starts pulling back?
Yeah, and I mean, usually they're good friends of mine first, and that's how it starts out. And then they'll just stop talking to me.
Are you sexually active?
No.
And do they want to be sexually active?
Not that I know of.
All right. So you're picking these guys who all do the same thing?
I guess.
Right.
That's the way to look at it, right?
Well, how else can you look at it?
Is there a lot of similarities?
All guys are that way, which is the way she wants to look at it.
No, all guys are not that way. You find the guys who are that way.
Oh, dear.
Well, that's all right. The good news is you don't have to.
You can change that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, I know everyone thinks this is bad news, but let me tell you what the worst news is. All guys are that way. If all guys are that way, you don't stand a chance because all guys are that way. But if you just admit you pick guys that are that way, then you can just go ahead and make a little alteration and not pick guys that are that way.
Yeah.
These guys are unavailable some way. She's 17.
Yeah.
How old are, let's ask her, how old are the guys that she's saying?
How old are the guys, Leanna?
Some have been my age, some have been a couple years older.
All right. And they pull back out of the relationship, and that's it.
Yeah.
And it ends.
Yeah.
All right. So you're picking guys that are sort of unavailable?
I guess.
Available only to a point. And I think part of that may be going for the friend thing.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the one constant here, too, is you've got friends, and there's a reason that they were sort of in a friend position with you to begin with.
Right.
Maybe the guys weren't that into it.
All right. Leanna, we're not going to panic, and we suggest you don't panic either because you're 17, and this is how it goes.
I just had one more thing, if I could.
Yes.
Art?
Yeah.
When your new albums come out, do you think you'll be touring again? And if you do you think you will play Sacramento?
Well, we will definitely play Sacramento, and we're going to tour on both albums probably next fall, like October.
Perfect. Casey.
This is Cassie.
Oh, Cassie, sorry. You're 12 years old, Cassie.
I just wanted to know how old Art was when his father abandoned him.
I was about 6 years old, 5 or 6, about a little younger than my daughter now, who's 7. My dad, he was abusive to my mom. more mentally than physically, but it became physical, and she left him basically for her own sanity and for her kids.
Is he an alcoholic?
No.
His mom?
No.
Where'd you get that gene?
Probably from my mom.
Climbed the fence when I was sleeping.
No, I for the family, but it wasn't. It didn't affect her. She never let it. I think if she would have let it, it would have. But she saw it in people in her family. But
So Dad was verbally and became physically abusive, but wasn't an alcoholic. I mean, didn't abuse substances.
We're both having a hard time believing that, because your mom coming from an alcoholic family.
I believe it.
Brother,
I just
I'm telling you the truth. My dad is one of those kind of guys who is not obsessive.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of faults. Believe you me, check out the song if you don't believe me. But he's the kind of guy that a pack of cigarettes would go stale on, which I just don't understand, man. If I get a pack of cigarettes, I'm smoking those things.
It's funny.
I don't smoke anymore.
It's funny that a guy gets, usually when guys are verbally and then get physically abusive, there's some substance there, because that's when they get abusive.
That's what moves it along.
Do you want to know what my dad, we're here to hear what Cassie has to say about my dad. My dad and me are very similar in a lot of ways. My dad was a big talker, big dreamer, but and I guess I am too. But unlike my dad, I actually did something about what was inside of me and tried to make it real, and
that's good.
Kind of did. My dad didn't, so he had a lot of frustration there.
He's still around?
He lives in Texas with his third wife. My mom being number 2, and he basically left California after my mom left him, and instead of being a man and sticking around and being a father to his then 5 kids before my brother died, he went back to Florida and raised someone else's kids. Met a younger woman and raised her kids.
It's a real common story, and it's unthinkable to me.
Do you remember that driver we had in wherever the hell we were, who talked about going back to Florida and seeing his kids at Christmas time?
Yeah.
Remember this?
Yeah.
Can I say something about Florida, too?
He was very casual about
it.
Florida, at the time when my dad did this, was one of 2 states that you couldn't extradite for child support.
Hey.
Cassie?
Hey, I just wanted to say that I'm from Portland, and I just think that you're the coolest person in the world.
Oh, thanks.
And
you okay?
Yeah.
Hey, I want to make a comment here. It's just something that just jumped in my head. Drew and I were talking the other day about a lot of the new music that's coming out. We've had a lot of these bands on the show. Korn, for instance, is coming up here tomorrow.
Korn. I was listening to Korn tonight on the way in here. Day after tomorrow. But Korn is actually starting to sound quaint.
They're starting to sound mellow.
Yeah.
Don't tell them that; they'll get pissed. Here's my point. A lot of the bands that are out today, they're just banging away. I mean, it's just when you're old and you're sort of sane, it just sounds like whoa, this big visceral purge, And Drew was saying to me, "What is this? Why are the kids going nuts for this music?" And I said, "They're reacting to the energy, is what they're doing." I'm getting around to a compliment for Art, by the way. So just sit tight, everybody. They're reacting to the energy. It's not the music. It's this. They're 15, they're 16, they're pissed off, they hate their parents, they hate society, they hate what the system has done to them. Here's a band who's up on stage and they're angry, more angry than they are, and they've become a mouthpiece for them, their voice in a way, and that's why they have fanatical fans, and that's what they're reacting to, not the melody, but the energy and this sort of cathartic, visceral experience that's happening out there. And
he used visceral twice. That's hot.
I want to say this, though, to kiss Art's ass for a second.
Cool.
Art has a lot of the same following, but it's in a different way, which is I care about you. I've been there. I'm writing about my experiences. I didn't have it so great either. My dad split. My brother died. I got hooked on heroin. All this, but I'm coming from a more compassionate angle instead of a, hey, I'm pissed off and I'm taking you with me. And people are responding to his experience, which is interesting, and it gives me hope for humanity.
Well, thanks. But keep in mind, too, that we will never sell as many records as Korn.
No, it's not enough.
Yeah, but you may be around a hell of a lot longer.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean,
You've already been around longer than.
Well, yeah, we have been. We've been around for a long time, and we don't plan on going anywhere. We like what we do, but. And I appreciate you saying that, but I am a lot older than those guys. I'm 37 years old, so
yeah, that's true.
I like a good melody, good hook.
Well, I'm not taking anything away from Korn because, as you know, I'm friends with those guys, and they're selling a lot of records, and that's great.
Yeah.
I'm just saying there's a connection to them that people are having, and then
it's different.
When Art writes a song, there's a connection that people are having to that too, and it's interesting. It's a different kind of experience, and I think we ought to just hear Father of Mine, by the way, and let everyone connect with that firsthand. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, here it is, Father of Mine.
Father of mine, tell me where have you been? You know I just closed, my whole world is up here. Father of mine, back to the day, yeah, when I was still your golden boy, back before you went away. I remember blue skies walking the block. I loved it when you held me high. I love to hear you talk. You would take me to the movie. You would take me to the beach. Take me to a place and something so hard to reach. Father of mine, tell me where did you go? Yeah, you had the world inside your hand, but you did not seem to know. Father of mine, tell me what do you see when you look back at your wasted life and you don't see me? I was 10 years old, doing all that I could. Wasn't easy for me to be a scared white boy in a black neighborhood. Sometimes you would send me a birthday card with a $5 bill. Yeah, I never understood you then, and I guess I never will. Daddy gave me a name. My daddy gave me a name. Daddy gave me a name. My daddy gave me a name. Father of mine, tell me where have you been? Yeah, I just close my eyes and the world disappeared. Father of mine, tell me how do you sleep with the children you abandoned and the life I saw you be? I will never be safe. I will never be safe. I will always be weird inside. I will always be late. Now I'm a grown man with a child of my own, and I swear I'm not gonna let her know all the pain I know. Daddy gave me a name. My daddy gave me a name. My daddy gave me a name. My daddy gave me a name. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
That is off of So Much for the Afterglow. That, of course, is Everclear, Father of Mine, and well, it's a good song. You know, you don't, sometimes when you're driving your car and stuff, you don't get to listen like you do when you sit in a studio. Plus, when you got the guy who's singing it in front of you, it makes you listen harder. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You rarely get that. Makes you focus more. That's true.
That's the best way to listen to a record thing. Find the guy who made the record, sit him down, give him a bottle of water, and check it out.
Right.
Is that what you're saying?
I like the guys who play. Some guys come in here and will play along with themselves. They'll do air them. Like drummers always do that. I mean,
well, that's why they're drummers, right? What do you call a guy? Drummer. No rim shot?
All right. Yeah, come on, Anderson.
Slow, dude. Come on.
Rim shot. Dude. You got it? Come on, baby.
There we go. Thank you.
Hey, Anderson, let's hear some of those out-of-context Drew drops just because I love them so much. Come on, just drop a few of those on us. Any new ones? Any good ones?
He wants to groom this child for his, abuse farm. I've had anal sex.
Solid.
There's a wives' tale out there that black males have larger penises. I'm gay. Hey, I'm doing drugs. I'm a prostitute. I'm a stripper. I've had 5 billion relationships. I don't know whether I'm gay or straight. Dude.
Drew, where'd you get the dude?
Dude, it makes you not get pregnant.
Man, I just because we have this is I've been saying dude lately, and I hate the word dude. I grew up in California, hated the word dude, and the guys in my band have been using dude, and I've been trying to get them to stop doing it because I'm like, dude, dude.
You start using it as a parody, and then you start using
That's right.
But they're like,
dude.
They're freaking out that I'm using it, but it has become part of my subconscious.
Hey, the real problem I have is when guys call women dude.
Dude.
Or girl, dude, not even. And they're talking to some chick, and I always think, wow, now that's really getting weird. You're way too liberal with your use of the dude when you're calling women dude.
Rob Schneider used to have a thing about how dude was like aloha. You could use it for 500 different things.
Right, dude.
Dude.
Right.
Dude.
Did you see Basketballs? That's the classic one where they get into the dude conversation. They're all like, dude. Oh, man, I didn't see it that way. That's how it ends up.
Heather.
I'm just keeping it real.
Keeping it real.
Hi.
You're 17.
Hi. First off, Adam and Dr. Drew, you've helped me so much with all my problems. I listen to you every night.
Right.
And Art, okay.
Thanks.
Okay. My best friend Mary and I are your biggest fans ever. All those other.
Are you in L.A.?
Yeah, we're in Southern California.
Well, okay, cool. So do you guys talk to me? Is it Mary Anderson?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I know her. She's one of my pen pals. She's a great girl.
We kept bringing your emails for you to sign them at a concert. Well, we got up on stage with you at the Palladium.
Yeah.
And what I wanted to know is what are your thoughts on Loser? That was directed by Amy Heckerling.
As a movie we just performed in. I thought it was a really cool script, and that's why we performed in it, because we've turned that down about 150 times, realistically. I just liked the script. I thought it was cool. She's done some good movies that deal with young adults and the teen thing, and she's a good person. And she called me and asked me to do it and showed me the script, and I said, yeah.
Thanks, Heather. We'll move on to Lindsay. Lindsay?
Sleeping?
Oh, she's been on hold for 100 minutes.
Lindsay.
You know what I don't like about women? They don't snore. And when guys fall asleep on snore, we can hear them snoring through the phone.
I know women who snore.
Do they?
Not my girlfriend now, but my ex-wife did.
Really?
Yeah. It'll be out in the book. You wait.
Lindsay? All right, we'll put her back on hold and go to Katerina. Sorry. You're 16. What's up?
I'm calling to say, I have a best friend who's a guy, and I guess I had a crush on him for a really long time, but I kind of got over it because I realized it was really immature and that we're just best friends. Mm-hmm. And then recently, he and I kind of had a sexual moment thing, and I had oral sex with him.
He's the same guy you had the crush on.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You gave him oral sex, or he gave you oral sex?
It kind of went back and forth.
Wow.
Well, I don't know what it was. It was just kind of he was supposed to try experiment something with me. and then it ended up going like a little too far. And the worst thing is that he has a girlfriend at the same time during that happened.
What was the basis of the experiment? Were you in the controlled group?
Landing on Mars.
I was supposed to go in. We were supposed to go in the bathroom or something and like try like he do fingering on me or whatever.
Sure. But what, how did this all come to pass?
Because we were just experimenting, I guess.
Were you drinking or something?
No. It was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Listen, when I was 16, I got chicks to agree on. I'll go home and vomit. You go in your room and jack off and cry yourself to sleep. All right, deal.
Well, that was we were supposed to go in the bathroom, and he was supposed to try to finger me. And
yeah, but how did that even come up? How did that even?
Well, it was an experiment, Drew. Who are you to stand in the way?
Class, they just suggested you.
Basically, you're still attracted to this boy, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah. So I guess you didn't really get over it.
Yeah. We had
All right, so you went into the bathroom.
Yes.
And something went horribly wrong with the experiment.
Well, we went.
Bunsen burner got knocked over. There was a fire. Some of the lab rats were killed. The monkeys were going nuts in the cage.
He was supposed to go in there and then try to finger me, and then it ended up he asking me do you want to give me a blowjob? I'm like, okay. So then I did.
Yes, you did.
We led on to kissing and making out, and then after that we were just kind of like, whoa. And we came out, and we were...
Wait, hold on a second. The blowjob, then, which is fine, but then it turned into kissing.
Then it turned into
and that's when they had to...
Well, then that's when we had...
It's a stepping stone.
We had to stop because, first of all, he says he sees me like a sister and a best friend.
Right. Yeah, but he didn't mind getting a blowjob from you.
Well, that's how we are. I guess we're kind of...
No, please. He's a dick.
Come on.
Thank you, Drew.
Come on, he's a boy.
Our relationship is sort of really close to it. We didn't think it would matter if we just tried something.
No, stop talking about we.
Listen,
stop talking about we.
You like him.
Yeah, but...
And he likes oral sex.
There you go. That's what we are into.
Has he treated you differently since this incident?
Now... he has a girlfriend, and during that time he had a girlfriend. Like, he'd just gone out with her 2 days.
Same girlfriend?
Yeah, another girl. And
that's a girlfriend? 2 days?
Well, now it's his girlfriend.
No, that's what he called a girlfriend because he's, one of those type of saps that, you're saying your little girlfriend type of thing.
Right.
Asshole.
Thank you. Katerina, listen. We have to go to commercial, but listen to me. Mm-hmm. This is not a good guy.
No. You're taking my words totally wrong.
What's your question? Did you have a question?
Is that we had a sexual experience on that day, and we had talked about our relationship right afterwards, type of thing going on, and all of a sudden that next weekend on Monday, he realized that he had done something wrong, and he had a girlfriend, and that he didn't want to lose me as his best friend.
Right.
And I'm wondering that after the experience, he seemed sort of distant a little bit, and I'm wondering if maybe that might have affected our friendship.
Yes, it did. It's going to. It almost always does.
You can get it back.
You can get it back. And by the way, the discussion about...
He has to build up more sperm, and then he'll get it back.
The discussion about should we have a relationship was Katerina going, okay?
Right.
It's time. This is it.
Katerina.
Going, backpedaling.
All right, let me talk. Let me just give me 30 seconds to talk some sense into Katerina. Katerina, you're not that interested in a friendship with him. You really aren't. You're very interested in him. You're interested in being close to him. You're interested in being with him. But you don't care about him as a friend that much. You really don't.
No.
Listen to me. You like him. You have a crush on him.
Yes, but it's not...
Yes.
Okay, do you guys watch... I know this is really corny, but do you ever watch Dawson's Creek?
If I can't watch it, I tape it. I have my dad tape it on beta using his Tandy.
It's a Dawson's Creek type of thing we have going on, where the relationship between two people on the TV show,
right,
that they became best friends, and that's what they were in the beginning.
Disqualified?
All right, listen
to your perception, Katerina.
Katerina, you will not admit to us that you really like this guy.
I do. I did.
All right, it is not. You're not as friendly with him as you think. You really like him. That's what the friendship is, and he doesn't really like you. So you're not really worried about losing the friendship. You're worried about losing him, who you have a mad crush on.
Yes.
He is not interested in you that way, and therefore you should slow down with the friendship because you're torturing yourself.
And guys do not convert.
They
don't become someday interested. They don't do
And
that.
I missed that episode of Dawson's Creek where the guy fingered the chick in the bathroom. But if that's what's going on, I'm going to tune in.
I just have one comment to make here. I'm not as learned as these guys, but I know what everyone who calls in is about, and I'm really impressed with that, by the way. But when I was a guy that age and I had sex with one of my friends, I would tell them that I would be distant and then tell them that I didn't want to perpetuate that because, I just didn't want to lose the friendship. I said the same thing I think every guy has.
That's right. We all go to the same BS Academy for that.
That's right.
We're going to take a little break. Art from Everclear is our guest, and we'll be back with him and you after this.
Back once again with it.
LoveLine. LoveLine crew will be right back before you know it.
This is LoveLine on Outrageous Talk Radio, 100.7 The Buzz.
I'm Adam. That's Drew. Art Alexakis from Everclear is our guest tonight. Always good to see Art. Feels like it's been too long, but I'm sure it won't be too long next time because when the 2 new CDs come out in 2000, they'll come on the show to promote each CD individually. Is that right, Art? Art's nodding his head.
Yes, it is.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Is this on?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. Lynn?
Yes.
You're 30.
Yes.
What's up?
Well, first I just have to say I love Everclear.
Thanks, Lynn.
And, Adam, you are right about homemade cranberry sauce.
Thank you.
And I think...
I could contribute a page to that cookbook of yours, Art.
Well, that night you were talking about, I was making it.
Good girl.
That was just so funny.
You mean, but it doesn't have the shape of the can.
Oh.
What are you talking about, man?
I've actually, though, I'm making a mold that you can...
And you call yourself white trash.
It's corrugated like a can, and you can put your fresh cranberry into it, put it in the freezer, and it actually comes out shaped like a can.
I would buy that.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. I would buy that.
I know. I was telling everyone a couple days before Thanksgiving how important it was to have fresh cranberry sauce and how most people denied themselves and how it was such a white trash maneuver to open that can right before you put the turkey
rite of
out.
passage, man.
Unacceptable. Unacceptable. That was me getting very... Now, who do you know gets that passionate about cranberry sauce?
I say
cranberry tirade.
Is that a man thing? That unacceptable thing? I get called on that all the time by my friends and my girlfriend. Unacceptable. That's unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
I say that. I say it to my 7-year-old, and I think she's just sitting there going, "What the hell does that mean?"
It means you do not accept it. Well, if she can grow up in a world where there's no canned cranberry sauce, it'll be a good day. Lynn?
Yes.
All right, so you made my cranberry sauce.
Yes.
Did you get the recipe I gave you over the air?
I already knew the recipe.
Okay, thank you. What's your question?
Well, my question is for Dr. Drew, pretty much. I was misdiagnosed for probably 15 years with having polycystic ovarian syndrome. About a month ago is when she pretty much came up with that diagnosis.
Have they been telling you, they educated you about the insulin resistance and all those problems?
Well, not really.
That PCO patients have a very high risk of developing a diabetes-like syndrome as they get older. So it's really important to maintain your weight, control your weight, and to stay at exercise.
Right.
Okay.
And so she put me on the birth control pill.
Okay.
Because I had always just taken progesterone, the little tablets.
Huh. To try because you weren't menstruating.
No.
Yeah.
But then I was never taking the pill, or that pill either.
Right.
Because why bring on something like that?
Right.
But
so you just weren't menstruating?
No.
Yeah.
Which I know is not good.
No, it's not necessarily bad.
Okay. So ever since starting this pill, it's like I'm really aroused all the time. Is there a correlation there?
Which pill?
It's like orthonovum.
The triphasic?
No.
The 1/50?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That's not typically the one that can do that, but any of them can. And so, sure, absolutely.
Okay.
And that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Well, no. But it just was really strange.
Yeah.
That all of a sudden,
yep. That's
this
the pill.
happens.
That's the pill.
All right, so it makes you horny. Fine. And your boobs get big. Paul?
Yes.
You 25?
Yes, sir.
What's up?
Well, I just found some stuff out about my family. I thought maybe it's related to how I just can't be with normal girls. I totally do want them, but
yeah,
every time a girl likes me, I just forget about it.
What did you find out about your family?
Well, my little brother was just confiding me the other day when I confided to him that I'm getting frustrated. All I do is get with hookers and trashy girls. And he was like, yeah, I'm the same way, because when I was a kid, our older brother used to, like make him take down his pants and help him masturbate.
Uh-huh.
And our older brother would, like, nut on his chest.
Yeah.
And then I found out stuff, like, my nephew's getting...
Nut on his chest?
So I called Child Protective Services.
Good for you.
They're hopefully taking care of that.
Yeah.
And so I tell my mom and my brother, the father, and their reaction was the same, like, oh, well, maybe, his mother's boyfriend, well, maybe they're just playing a game when they're tickling the balls. I'm like, man, that's not a game.
That's not a game.
Well, hold on a second.
This is not acceptable.
Thank you, Drew. Your older brother's how old now?
31.
So he's 6 years older than you. And your younger brother's how old?
24 or 23.
Okay, and did your older brother do anything to you?
I don't know. It's like I can't remember anything specifically, but...
He was in that house, and the mom who says they were playing games.
Yeah.
Now, this is the mom of all three sons, right?
I confronted my mom. I'm like, Mom, where would you get that idea? Did something happen to your family? She says, no. Oh, totally overreacting. And then I finally got out of her. She's like, well, I suppose we played little games when we were kids. I was like what? Well, when we were all kids, my mom and my two aunties are in the bathtub, and my oldest auntie makes my mom and my other auntie lick.
Oh, my goodness.
That's a game?
We used to just play Stratego, but, that was my family.
Battleship.
I'm not going to judge your family. I mean, whatever family night is whatever family night is. The point is the family's together.
And Paul really is a common man poet, isn't he?
Where'd you go to finishing school, Paul?
What's that?
All right, now listen. Jesus Christ. Hold on. You don't have to. We're allowed to say that, aren't we?
I don't care.
Don't make a... No, not you, you idiot. We know we're not offending your delicate sensibilities. Please.
We're worried about Anderson.
Don't worry about it, Anderson.
It's
Come
fine.
on.
It's fine.
Bad
It's
context.
not one of the 7 words.
It isn't? I think it is.
No, it isn't.
Oh, yeah, I think it might be.
The C word is, but...
Okay, look into that.
And well, it should be.
Yeah.
Paul?
Yeah.
Now, listen to me.
Uh-huh.
Let me just make sure we're all on the same page here.
Huh?
You have, you're the middle child. You have 2 brothers.
No, I'm the third of 4.
Okay, you're the third of 4. And you have a couple of younger brothers then. And your mom and dad, where's your dad?
He lives overseas with my stepmom.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
And when did he move away from the family?
When I moved out of his house in 8th grade to live with my mom in California, they all moved overseas.
When did he move away from the family, your mother?
When did he get divorced from you?
My mom left him with me and my little brother when I was like 3.
Okay, when you were 3 is when they broke up.
Yeah, divorced.
Okay, you know why they got divorced?
Oh, I never really found out.
Okay, and what kind of guy is he?
He's great. He's cool, but I don't know.
Guy.
He does still, like, the other thing I was kind of, like, we're, like, all in our 20s, and he still likes to tickle our butts.
No,
I don't know if that's...
No, this is a bogus call
Yeah,
now.
I thought so.
All right, sorry, Paul.
Hey, it's not bogus.
Sorry.
This isn't bogus, dude.
Listen, your dad does not tickle your butt at 25 years old.
You wouldn't say it like that.
He tickles our butts.
No.
Yes, dude.
Which cheek?
Either one.
Either cheek?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, well, what's the question?
I don't know. The question is it like maybe my older brother got molested and messed with the rest of us.
Yes,
All right.
yes, that's what happened.
All right, so how about dating some non-hookers for a while?
That's what I want to do, but I'm kind of curious about my brother and who maybe might have molested.
Will you call Child Protective Services? Let them handle that.
Well, why? He said they're all adults now.
Yeah.
There's no statute on child abuse.
Oh, I don't care. I just want to know.
I understand. They'll figure it out. You don't figure it out. Let them turn it over to them. Let them figure it out.
No.
Tell him your suspicions.
Yeah.
All right.
He already called him in. He called.
All right, but don't say busted a nut on his chest.
It's
and try not to work.
See, I was thinking that the whole time, man. You guys were like, of course I wasn't going to say anything.
Well, he was
he was sort of
deliberate
walking the
enough,
line.
Yeah, deliberate enough that I still, even now, almost believe him.
Because the guy I didn't believe before actually started making a lot of sense when we got back on the phone.
Right.
Oh, yes,
I was wrong and you were right. See, I'm big enough to admit that.
Thank you, and I'm big enough to accept it. Jennifer?
Yeah.
I love that commercial.
He's good, man.
Jennifer, you're 15.
Yep.
What's up?
Okay, me and my friend Silvana, whatever, she has her favorite band, and it's Bush, you know. So I've heard this thing that Art didn't like. Gavin Rossdale. Am I right?
Do you not like Gavin from Bush?
Don't know him.
Is that right?
He doesn't.
I don't know him.
Oh, who cares?
I don't know. Is that what you're calling about?
No, that's just part of it.
All right, we'll get to the good part.
And anyway, so my friend was like, it was this really dumb thing about a stupid, who can make a taco tongue, you know, with your tongue, make it into a taco shell.
Mm-hmm.
And so she had this bet. She's like, well, since my favorite band's Everclear, I bet you that Art can't do it or something. And then, so she's like, well, I know Gavin can do it, but can Art do it? So I was like, well, I don't know. I should find out.
It's a good question.
That's my question. Can Art do the taco tongue?
All right, we're going to see. Yes, he can do the taco tongue. He does the taco tongue quite nicely. And let me tell you something about my partner, Drew, that I learned when we were on the road. And I got drunk and I wanted
Why do you look nervous, Drew?
Went to his room. He doesn't do the taco tongue. He does the hot dog bun tongue, which is, it just depends what goes in it. It's different. It's almost the same shape. It just whether you put the ground beef or the hot dog in there. Drew, come on, do that hot dog bun. Come on, just like I told you. And this time you got to do it without me. Come on.
How can I do it without you?
No template. Unless I'm...
And how do you know Gavin from Bush can do a taco tongue? Why are you so certain of that?
Hey, we got to go to...
Oh, we do? Hey, yeah, how do you know he can do that, Jennifer?
Like the greatest fan since like 5th grade. She's been the greatest fan of Gavin Rossdale and Bush. So I just,
So you know he can do that?
I was like, well, I'll ask my idol if he could do it.
But you know that Gavin can do that. That's like, he's talked about that in magazines or...
I'm taking her word for it because I don't follow Bush.
She knows everything. She knows everything about you.
Here's the point. Art can do... He's got twice the taco that Gavin does. Understand?
Yes, I always hope that.
All right.
You know, I'm not one of those pretty guys. I'm kind of a man's man, you know what I'm saying?
Art almost has a taquito tongue. It wraps that far around. It's not just the taco shell, which is sort of the U shape. It's the taquito.
Yeah, it will fold.
It can go all the way around.
The edges are touching, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
That's where we're going.
Probably shoot something out of there at death velocity speed. So, Drew, you want to do during the commercial and do the hot dog bun trick?
Let's go in the bathroom and see if we can do it.
Okay, but listen, let me tell you something this time.
But no kissing afterwards.
No kissing afterwards. And don't try to talk this time, all right?
I thought you liked that.
I like to talk on the phone before I come over, but not when we're actually doing the demonstration. All right, Taco Tongue Art from Everclear is here, and we'll be back after this.
Yo, be right back, homie.
It is LoveLine. I'm Adam Carolla. Dr. Drew. Art Alexakis is here from Everclear. Got himself a CD that's coming out. 2 of them, actually, in 2000. So you can look forward to that. And a tour to follow. And tonight, he's here just plugging the cookbook. No, actually...
I'm just plugging.
Why is Art here?
I'm plugging away.
General pluggage.
And you guys asked me to come.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, I said, yeah. You guys have asked me a lot in the last year, actually, a few times, but I've been busy.
I understand, brother.
You know, going through life changes, you know what I'm saying?
I understand. Yeah. You're a very important man.
I was just going to say something earlier. You know, Gavin Rossdale's really, really pretty and very good looking. And I'm kind of a plain, man's man. That's why I can do the taco tongue, and because you know what I'm saying, Adam. We got to try harder, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. It's why handicapped people make better employees. They have something to overcome.
They work hard.
Life did not deal them a good hand, so they show up earlier and they stay later.
She works hard for the money.
You look like Art. You got to be able to do something with your tongue.
Hey, man.
So the lady's got to have a reason to come around.
That's right.
And it's the taco tongue.
Hey, man.
Whatever it takes. Greg?
That's right.
Yeah.
You're 16.
Yeah.
What's up?
I just wanted to say that Everclear, Arthur, I'm like a really, really big fan of you guys. And Adam, you really I like the way your verbal
abuse
comedy or whatever is very entertaining during the LoveLine. So
thank you very much.
Okay, my question. I went on chat for a little while, and I met up with this girl, or it now, and about 6 months into the relationship, one day we were talking about her past or something, our past, and she, after talking about abuse or something, she...
I'm not going to stop this, Adam.
Stop it, you idiot.
Listen, God damn it.
God damn it, I can hear it.
You won't hear it. I'm doodling.
I'm listening to it.
Is this absurd? I can't doodle the way I wish to doodle, lest His Royal Highness be disturbed.
You doodle quietly, you
I
idiot.
will doodle quietly.
It's killing me, too.
Anderson can hear it over there, and he's not even interested, and he's listening to a Leica tape
I can't
in there.
hear it.
Please leaves you notes with no Sharpies. Do not use the Sharpies.
Wait a minute. Can you tell whether I'm doing it or not?
All right, everyone quiet down. Oh, you got to press now, you idiot.
No, that's what I was doing.
I was giving you the Death Star earlier. You didn't even see it.
No. All right, well, I'll do it so you can't hear it. Turn my mic.
Passive aggressive.
I can't hear a thing.
Blame the engineer because you can't sit still. Sorry, Greg. I'm sorry Drew had to have that outburst.
So Greg, you've had a relationship for 6 months.
Yeah, and then we were talking about her past and things, and then she just told me that she was a hermaphrodite.
Have you ever met this person in the flesh?
No.
Okay.
What is, have you spoken over the phone, though?
Yeah.
Okay. What do they sound like?
Well, she sounds like, or it sounds like a normal...
Well, now, wait a minute, Greg.
Don't
what do you mean an
It's not an it, it's a them.
Them.
What does she mean by hermaphrodite?
What?
What does she mean by hermaphrodite?
Well, she has both genitals.
No, she doesn't.
What do you mean, no, she doesn't?
She doesn't.
She doesn't have a penis and a snatchina?
No. She doesn't.
No. So, what, yeah, she's got one. Well, if it's a she, then she's just got the second one, right?
Now, what is it she tells you she has?
Oh, she just tells me that... Well, she doesn't really get deep into that, but she tells me that she's like a normal person. It's just that...
Right. She has something probably called testicular feminization, which is that she has testes that make testosterone to which her body doesn't respond, so she turns into a female. But she's a infertile female.
Okay, but how does that work? I mean, how far do they let you go with that? Don't they discover that when you're a child?
Yeah, but then they can do it.
They can't make a move?
No.
So what are you essentially? You're a female with testicles?
You're an infertile female.
An infertile female, and what do you have for testicles?
You have testicles.
Does she?
Well, they don't go. You don't see them. They don't appear.
But she has a vagina as well?
Yes.
You have a vagina.
But what about the ones with the penis? Is that just hoke?
No, you can have ambiguous genitalia, which is where it's a male or a female, but they might still have a little vagina, or have a vagina with, be a female with a vagina and something looks like a penis that's partially developed. They correct all that.
They'll discover that and work on that early, right?
Early.
And you'll never see fully developed penis and fully developed vagina.
You won't see testes. I mean, it just doesn't happen. I'm supposed to count, but testes and ovaries. That is rare.
All right, so if she has testes, they're not hanging down.
No.
They're up in her. They haven't descended.
And all the cells in her body lack the capacity to respond to testosterone.
Uh-huh.
So she might as well have none in her system, and she converts over to female.
They can't take them out?
They don't need to.
They don't need to.
You couldn't tell by looking at her?
No, they actually look more female. They tend to be they look very sort of extra female.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, get me one of those testy bitches.
Check it out.
All right, where are we? Jessica?
Yes.
You're 14?
Uh-huh.
What's going on?
No, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry you're 18. That was my fault.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah, I've been going out with this guy for over a year and a half, and along the way, there's been like 3 different guys that have approached me. Like 2 of them happened when I was drunk, and they would be flirting with me, and they'd like try to kiss me, and I wouldn't like try to not have them do that. I would just go along with it.
Right.
And I'm like really in love with my boyfriend, and I don't know why I'm doing this, because like right after like I do that, I'm just thinking about my boyfriend.
All right, you're all right. You're 18, you have a few drunks, and you're a little bit of a flirt, and you kind of like the attention.
Yeah.
That's what you do when you're 18.
Yeah, is there a...
You're not sleeping with the guys. You're in love with your boyfriend.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't beat yourself up too much about it.
Do you think you're not getting enough attention from your boyfriend, or?
Well, no. It's just that I think there's like a problem that I just like need attention like constantly or something like that.
Right. All right. You're going to end up turning your boyfriend away if you keep going after him.
I don't think so, because like we're like best friends. We tell each other I've even told him about the guy thing, and
that's a little attempt to
he's been really upset about it, but most of the time, I told him I was drunk and how like I really, really did not want to do that, and he's been upset about it, but we've like gotten through that. So.
Yeah, I'm wondering if you're doing a little sabotage on the relationship there, Jessica. Think about your motivation for telling him all about it.
Why would you tell him about that?
The reason I told him is because we tell each other everything.
No.
Call it a guilt trip or something.
Unacceptable.
Unacceptable.
Now, you tell them, there's a reason you tell yourself you tell them, and then there's the real reason.
Yeah.
Think about that for a second.
And start making choices.
Think about why you would kiss these guys and then tell.
Well, they started kissing me, and I...
Okay.
Yeah, come on.
That's the reason you tell.
In that case, a good thing they didn't stand on a chair and put their penis in your mouth. Because what choice would you have had? All right. I'll actually, if I'm at a party, I'll try that maneuver, but I'll dip it in a little ranch before. I'll call the celery stick.
Unacceptable.
All right. We'll take a break. We'll be back.
We'll be right back with more.
Well, now.
This has been LoveLine. The stuff expressed on LoveLine is not necessarily the stuff of the staff, management, sponsors, or anyone else, including Westwood One Entertainment. LoveLine is produced by Ann Wilkins Ingold. Now, please enjoy these birds.